believe it or not, a beard could actually pose a problem for someone who's looking to be Donald Trump's running mate. There's a new report in the Bulwark that suggests Trump's disdain for facial hair might prevent the Ohio Senator J.D. Vance from being picked. Marc Caputo is the reporter behind this fine report, and he joins us, clean-shaven now, from Florida. This was not written, this is in the Bulwark, not in the Onion, so this was not a joke, right? This is a semi-serious piece?
It's also not new that Trump has problems with facial hair. In 2016, the Washington Post wrote about how John Bolton possibly got passed over for Secretary of State because he had that mustache. And then Bolton told me for our report in the Bulwark that after Mike Flynn imploded as the national security advisor, Trump summoned Bolton down to Mar-a-Lago and basically said, you know, your mustache, and my dad had a mustache.
Yeah.
And Bolton said, well, that was kind of odd. It was kind of his way of saying, I don't really care for your facial hair, but I don't really care about it. And then in 2020, Trump told his son and namesake, Don Jr., that he should shave his beard.
Right. And he still has it, I don't think. Him and Eric
have beards. It's a thing people are talking about. It's, you know, Donald Trump has these different quirks and he's interested in appearance. One of the other things in here, just to be clear, is that Donald Trump does love J.D. Vance's blue eyes. And,
oh, boy.
And his team has clarified that no, J.D. Vance does not wear eyeliner. That's where we are in this
You get to the bottom of all the important stories, Mark. Nothing gets by you. So that we should have that headline.
Big news.
No eyeliner for J.D. Vance. I wish I could say the same, right? All right. Now, that said, let's
looks beautiful nonetheless.
Thank you, Mark. Now let's look at the at a quote from your piece, because we can actually have, I think, a serious conversation about who the pick will be once we get through this beard situation. But as you point out, and it says here, Trump likes the way Vance promotes and defends him on television. Same with the other two likely front runners, Marco Rubio, Doug Burgum, according to a dozen sources spoken to Trump or his top-level advisors, and to discuss the conversations on condition of anonymity with the Bulwark. Now, both Rubio and Burgum have a lot in common. They're beardless. Now, that said, who is the favorite? Do we know? I mean, I know he has a rally tonight. We don't expect it to be announced yet, do we?
We don't think so. Rubio will be at the event tonight in Doral, Florida, where Trump has a golf course, about 15-minute drive, 20-minute drive from where Rubio lives in the Miami area. The predictive markets and the buzz indicates it's J.D. Vance, but it's a kind of close second with Doug Burgum. I mean, in the end, Marco Rubio, as a fellow Florida man with Donald Trump, could run afoul of the constitutional prohibition on a presidential candidate, vice presidential candidate, essentially hailing from the same state. Yeah, Rubio could change his address and all that stuff, but Trump is kind of hung up and sort of fixated on that, keeps bringing it up. So a lot of folks suspect that Rubio's fall a little farther down the list, so to speak. But you just never know what Trump's going to do. He could announce Rubio tonight. More than likely, it's going to be later in the week. Your earlier report is instructive, your prior guest and the conversations there. Joe Biden and Democrats are in this terribly dysfunctional situation where they're sort of lighting each other on fire mutually, and they're not making things better. And Donald Trump is loving that.
Right.
So
that's why he's been out playing golf.
There's no point naming his person until that ends, right?
Right, letting it happen. Now, speaking of Biden, I do want to leave a minute to talk about the president with you as well, because I saw that you put something out on social media earlier today, and I want to ask you about it, because we were just talking to Joe Khalil about what they're saying in the House and the Senate. But you said something to the effect that the Dems, according to a Democratic insider, could end up losing a number of House seats. How many, and what are you hearing?
The word going around among some House Democrats is it could be as many as 20 seats that they're bracing for. The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee made sure to call me and say, well, it's not our polling. We don't know if that's true, and that's not consistent with our polling. Of course, they're not sharing what their polling is. But it is what it is. It's a pretty bleak situation for Democrats. But the reality is the Joe Biden debate was on June 27th. It's 12 days later. And Democrats, they had to hunt down Chuck Schumer to give sort of a statement of support for Joe Biden. They're just not helping their nominee, and the nominee's not really helping them either. But why there wasn't sort of more message discipline and more sort of a meeting of the minds between the campaign, between the president and these legislative leaders is beyond me.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.